So Moana 2 has just released, and I thought what a great idea to tell you how I feel about it. Now, I first of all have to say that I had massive expectations for this movie, and let me tell you, they were not matched. I obviously knew that I probably had way too high of expectations for this movie and that it was probably not gonna be as good as I think, but the movie still somehow managed to just disappoint me slightly. So today I'm pretty much going to tell you all about it. First of all, I have to say that the movie was overall just mid. Yes, it was not great, it was not bad, but it was a mid. And to be honest, that's not really the best thing you want a movie to be. Obviously, I still enjoyed watching it, but maybe that's just because I'm a big Moana fan and it's probably not because of the movie itself. But I have to say the movie just wasn't that good. You know, it just felt like they pretty much just tried to milk the story from the first movie, and there was nothing really new added to the plot or story of this one. It was just pretty much a revamp of the old movie, you know, like you still had all the same things that were there in the first one were there in this movie as well, you know. You still had those coconut guys, and there was just nothing new about this movie. I think a big reason why my expectations were maybe a bit too high for this movie was probably because I just got so hyped up when I saw how good Inside Out 2 was, you know? Because Inside Out was a great movie, and it also got followed up by an even better movie, Inside Out 2, you know? And I thought, well, Moana is a great movie as well, so I'm sure it's gonna be followed up by an even better movie, Moana 2. Well, I'm sitting here today to tell you that that did not happen. I don't think Moana 2 is even close to as good as Moana, but I do have to say that considering how bad the Disney movies have been over the last couple of years, this one wasn't necessarily that bad. It was a solid movie. I think for me to tell you that it was a bad movie is just not right, because the movie is not bad, you know, like it still has all the great and amazing stuff that Moana had, but there was just not enough new stuff for me to really enjoy this movie as much as I did the first one, you know, because the first one there was just so much new stuff, you know, it was so cool. But this time out, most of the stuff was just reused from the first movie, you know. We even got the same jokes, and just overall there was just not enough originality coming from this movie compared to the first one. But I guess it still shows that Disney have stuff to fix and to do, you know, and that it didn't all just magically fix with them releasing Inside Out 2 and it doing absolutely great, then them releasing Deadpool and Whirlwind and it doing absolutely great. This just kind of shows that they're still not back to their prime, you know. They still have a lot of work to do, because honestly, this just proved it even more to me, and I'm starting to get a little terrified because of this, because we all know which movie is coming next year, right? Yeah. Snow White is coming next year, and we already all know that that movie is gonna be horrible. But luckily they still have Mufasa the Lion King this year to, I guess, make me feel that they actually are back and that their movies are great again. But I doubt it personally that Mufasa is gonna be great now, because I feel like this movie has really lowered my expectations of that, and I'm starting to be a bit scared, you know. Because before Moana 2 released, I was sure that Mufasa the Lion King was gonna be a great movie, and I was sure that Moana 2 was gonna be a great movie. But now that I've seen that Moana 2 is not necessarily a great movie, I'm starting to be a bit scared about how good Mufasa the Lion King will be. But I'm still coming into that movie with a lot of positivism coming from Moana 2, because, as I said, looking at how bad Disney has been doing in the last couple of years, Moana 2 was a pretty good movie considering all those things. And honestly, there are a lot of upcoming Disney movies that I'm really excited about, and this hasn't necessarily lowered my excitement for those movies. Like, I'm still excited to see Mufasa the Lion King. I'm still excited to see Lilo and Stitch next year. I'm not excited to see Snow White next year, but that's another thing. But to be honest, I was never really sure if Moana 2 was gonna be a great movie. I just kinda imagined it was going to be, down to how well Disney has been doing so far this year. And I have to say, I did make my expectations maybe a bit too high for this movie, and I'm gonna learn from this for next time that maybe if you make 2 great movies in 1 year, there's a pretty high chance that the third one is not gonna be great and it's just gonna be good, which I probably should have seen this coming, but I was still kinda hoping that Moana 2 was gonna be the movie of the year, you know, which, I mean, Inside Out 2 is, but I really thought Moana 2 was gonna be the movie of the year, but I guess I still enjoyed the movie. And for anyone asking if I recommend this movie at all, then I have to say yes. Yes, I do. I think the movie still had enough good parts, and it was still entertaining enough for me to say that it was a good movie and that you should probably watch it. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that will have a bunch of different opinions on the movie. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna say, this movie absolutely stinks. And then there's gonna be people saying that it's the greatest movie of all time. I have to say that I personally think it was a solid movie. I would probably not watch it like 10 times over like I did with Inside Out 2, because I absolutely loved that movie, you know. But I'm definitely gonna watch this movie again because, as I say, it's not bad. You know, when you're just not feeling it and you need something to entertain you, then Moana 2 is probably good enough for that, I think. And I guess if you're a Moana fan, then I mean, you probably would have enjoyed this because it's really good. If you're probably a big fan, I don't think it would disappoint you because the movie itself is not bad. I honestly just really hope that this isn't the start of Disney falling back into their horrible era, you know, and that they're gonna try to get back up to the top, you know, because they've been doing so far a good job this year, and I just hope they continue doing this because, you know, they've been doing great. And I feel like this movie just showed that they're not quite there yet, but that they are still going in the right direction, and I hope they continue doing this because, as I said, the movie was not bad, and I'm excited for the new Disney movies that are gonna come. So yeah, that's probably going to be it, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, then you can like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.